Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from July 4th headquarters here at Wild Dunes, South Carolina. As you know, or maybe you don't know, today is Independence Day. And there's a very famous quote by a patriotic American who said, "Give me liberty or give me death." That was Patrick Henry. And that was about the time of the Declaration of Independence. And the challenge is, I wonder who's willing to say something like that today. I wonder. I've decided to make this open for everybody this morning, not just insiders, because it's Independence Day. Come on, days to celebrate. So I'm celebrating with everybody, and you can't stop me. But my challenge is, what am I going to do to become more independent? And I think that's a big ass challenge. What can I do to gain a little bit more independence? One of the things I'm going to do is read more. I'm dedicating the second half of this year to reading, and I'm going to get into it a lot more deeply. Spend at least an hour a day, sometimes 2 hours a day, just gaining new knowledge, and not just reading, but taking notes and highlighting, the way you're supposed to. And I wonder how many of you are taking more of a step towards independence. My mom and my dad were business people. My grandfather was a business person. They had not invented the word entrepreneur yet. And everybody who came to our house when I was growing up was an independent business person. Some were doctors and lawyers and architects, but some were real estate people and manufacturing people. My dad was a manufacturing person, but he owned his own business. He had independence. Whether he made it or lost it, it was his to make or lose. I don't know how you define your independence. I know how I define mine. I wake up in the morning and I decide what I'm going to do today, unless I've made an obligation to be someplace and do something, or I've made an obligation to phone somebody or whatever. I meet my obligations, but I'm at the end of a day, and not at the end of the day, at the end of any day, I'm still free to choose. And it's taken me years to make that happen. I wasn't free to choose in the beginning, but that was the goal: be free to choose, to be independent enough, both spiritually, intellectually, and financially, to be able to make choices for me. And I'm challenging you, today is a day to think about your choices for liberty and freedom. Not just be grateful, because we all have things to be grateful for. But I'm talking about truly understanding what it takes for you to become an independent person. And you can still do it while you're working for somebody else. You just seek independence to think and do things on your own as well. And maybe you have other things like family and stuff like that you have to deal with, but it's a pleasure. I mean, I see a father or a mother holding on to a baby, and I go up to them and say, this is a blessing for you. The blessing is partially over when they ask for a credit card or an iPhone, and they laugh. But I make people smile. That's my job. 10 people a day minimum. 10 people a day minimum. And actually, I can make them laugh. But what are you doing that brings you to a point where you are indeed independent? It's independent thinking. It's freedom to choose what you want to do. And look at some of the remarks that are being made today about that very thing. Freedom does not begin in the White House. It begins in your house. Whoa. Oh, wow. This is cool. Way to go. I'll check her out. Thank you, Bradley. What a beautiful thing to wake up in the morning and get to choose my profession and control my income by how well I serve. God bless America. Oh, my goodness. Cool. Do not abandon my instruction. Signed, God. Cool. Happy Independence Day. Let freedom ring. Today's a good day. I told you what to do yesterday. You may not do it. You want watch if you can. Don't just listen. Watch the Martin Luther King speech, I Have a Dream. Oh, man. And I dare you not to cry. I dare you. America is a symbol of freedom for the world to see. What better way to celebrate than spending time with friends, shooting fireworks into the air. Yep. This is so cool. Twitter live feed coming through on StreamYard. Yes, it is, Jay. Mannion, agreed. Sneed, good morning. Happy Independence Day. All the best. Good morning, Jeffrey and the 959ers. Happy Independence and safe day to you. Good morning to all. Good morning to all. This is cool. Make this your financial Independence Day, Frank. Now you're talking, bud. I will decide specifically what I want to do, who I want to serve, and how I'm going to go about it. Boom. That's cool. Victoria LeBon gets a shout out. I love it. Haddonfield, New Jersey was good training ground for you. It certainly was. I cannot be thankful enough for being brought up in New Jersey. Cannot. Outside of Philly, but spending a ton of time in New York City. That was my upbringing. I'm grateful for it. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I couldn't be who I am without that training. Thank our founding fathers, our military members, past and present. Boom. This is so good. So good. Thank you, Sri, from India. People from all over the world, isn't it cool? Happy 4th from Chicago. So we're in India, we're in Chicago. That's crazy. That's totally crazy. Ken, I will. Thank you very much. Peggy, what's up with you, honey? Boom. Boom. Free to Choose by Milton Freedom. The book and the video series is outstanding. Is it Freedom or Freeman? Happy 4th. Exactly. Making smoked pulled pork nachos, Jamaican spiced chicken, Cuban style. Renee, I'm hungry now. Be safe. Exactly. Thank you. For everybody, be safe. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave. David King, boom. Happy 4th of July from Calgary. That's totally cool. Look at all these comments. So many comments. Independent thinking is a gift. To grow up with a family that had independence from an employer was a blessing many of us have never had. Tremendous head start. Shalom. Shalom to you too, Greg. You know, I didn't realize what a blessing it was to grow up in an independent family, a money-making family that didn't rely on other people other than vendors and customers. But basically, if we did well, it's because we did well. And if we did poorly, it's because we did poorly. It had nothing to do with a job. My dad employed 100 people. Morning, William. And everyone's here to say, hey, even from Sweden, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, Yours is the earth and everything that's in it. Rudyard Kipling. If. That's a great poem, by the way. Happy 4th to you, Ingrid. Down the beach. Oh, cool, in Kiowa. You're not far from me. My freedoms allow me to spend time with my twin 1-year-old grandsons today. That is my kind of day. Let me tell you what. Twins are the greatest. Twins are a true blessing. We'll talk about it one day. Barbecue ribs today. What can be better than that? Answer, dogs on the grill. Hamburgers on the grill. Corn on the cob on the grill. Boom. Milton Friedman. Yeah. Cuban coconut rice, red beans. Wow. Noodle kugel. Send me one. I haven't had a good noodle kugel since New Jersey. That's like 30 years. Is that crazy? There was a Hungarian bakery in Cherry Hill, and this woman made kugel with and without raisins. One of each. Napoleon Hill on learning from defeat. If Great Britain had not been defeated by our colonies in the American Revolution, she might not have benefited by the friendly cooperation of the United States in World War II. Boom. Boom. You cannot get out of the way of things you cannot see moving toward you. R. Buckminster Fuller. Bucky Fuller. What a guy. Let freedom ring. I agree. Applewood in the smoker. Chicken with 3 different flavors. Ribeyes, burgers, franks, hot dogs, links, lambs on the grill. Sounds like you're going to have a hell of a day. We have twin 6-year-old grandkids too. See, everybody has something in common. But I'm just going to throw this at you, you guys. Yes, tomorrow I'll be here with everybody. It's another holiday. I think you should put yourself in a position where you're a winner, not a watcher or a whiner. I think you should look at this and say to yourself, man, this is what I have to do. I have to be here, and I have to put myself in a situation where I can win for me and for my family, and then for my close associates and friends, and then for my business, and then for my customers. Decide to be a winner. And deciding to be a winner is a great day for Independence Day, because we ended up as winners, as a country, as a people. Bradley, I'm going to leave with this up, so anybody who comes here will be able to see this. Freedom does not begin in the White House. It begins in your house. Oh my God, that's so powerful. It's just so powerful. And in the meantime, I'm going to let you guys go to the beach. It's a holiday. Have some corn on the cob. Have some watermelon. Have some peaches if you live in the South. Oh, they're so good. They're so good. And hot dogs, hamburgers, steaks, chicken, whatever. Celebrate the festival of freedom. And celebrate it in a way where you become the winner. Celebrate it in a way that your family becomes a bunch of winners. And celebrate it in a way that you're grateful and thankful for what you have, who you are, and who you want to become. See you tomorrow morning. Same time, same station, on the way to 500.